Sherry. Sherry, how are you? And today we're going to bring a topic that's very, very, very controversial for writers. That's AI. And is it all right to have AI write your book? That is our topic today. If I just asked you that question, can I have AI write my book? What is your answer?
I'm going to say my professional opinion would be no, no. I mean, you do lose that, that personal touch, and it's AI, it's a machine. You want that you want that personal touch when you write a book, whether you're writing a novel, a memoir, autobiography, a business book. You want that personal touch. You want people to know, like, hey, I put that sweat equity into this, and I did all the work. I've worked with books that have been rewritten with AI, and the book itself, it's a mess. I think AI is great when you come to writing articles or website content and stuff like that. Uh, Emails, I think it can be really good, a great tool. But a book, when we got a book one time, and the publisher used an AI program to edit it and to take down the word count. And we had the transcripts, the original transcripts from the author. And when we compared it to the AI, that what AI had done to the book, oh my goodness, it was a mess. It totally distorted, contorted, and just twisted the message and said things that were completely inaccurate. That if we had not, but that's how we operate, if we had not gone in and gone the extra mile and compared the content in the book, which wasn't making a whole lot of sense, with the original transcript of the author, that author would have been besides themselves. They would have been devastated. Oh my gosh, I published this. I never said this kind of stuff. This is not my message. This is not the way I'm thinking. This is not the kind of stuff I'm trying to get out to people who read and listen to my stuff. It was a mess, huge
So
mess.
AI should not just write your book. Now,
No,
can AI be a tool to write your book?
I think it can help. I think it's really good at the way it words things. It's very concise, succinct. But you still get in there and add that human. I when I work with people and I ghostwrite for people and they give me facts, and that's great. But I need the human side of you, because again, whether you're writing, memoir, novel, or business, there's got to be a human side to you, and you can put that personal stuff in there. Yeah.
The personal stuff can be in there.
Yeah.
Now, AI, what do you use AI for now? To kind of give me do you utilize AI in any of your day-to-day activities for helping people write books?
I rarely use it. It's been used on my website, and it's been used in my emails. But that's rare. I usually like to do my own writing, and again get my own touch in there. AI makes you look real professional, but anyway, I like to have my own touch in
And
there,
that's
and
for you being a writer, no doubt.
yeah.
Now, where do you see AI going? Because I've seen it change in the past 2 months with AI that's shocked me. Being able to put the writer's words together through podcasting, which it couldn't do 6 months ago. Where do you see AI going? At one point, will that help? Will you enhance things if AI does show the growth it can to make your job easier as a writer and for writing your own books and writing other people's books?
Um, I think as time goes on, as always, I think uh, technology advances, and I think we're still at the early stages of AI, and that's really something to be seen. I'm just old school, and I do appreciate the technology that AI does. I mean, if you have something, and sometimes it's hard to say AI can get in like that and say it for you really well. Um, but I don't know if it's ever going to be able to have that human touch. I think it's going to enhance you more as a writer. Uh, but again, I would always suggest going in there and adding that human touch. And, me, when I'm writing, I like to get the thoughts. What was going through your head when you were doing this? What were you feeling? What were you seeing? And only the author can give that. Now they could put it on paper and then AI can turn it around and make it sound really good. So I will say that, but you know, it doesn't, it's a robot. It doesn't really know really what you were thinking or what you were feeling or what you were seeing, or was it a rainy day, any of that, the mood, the setting, the scene, the
No, it
dialogue.
doesn't. No, I see that. And I think that what's going to happen is people who are teaching how to write books with AI, so the bottom line is content's come out, all right? And they basically have said that AI generated content does not draw as much traffic on websites as a writer.
That's
A
right.
writer is always going to be more powerful. Is that a great way to help people enhance their ability to do certain things in marketing? Absolutely. All those different areas. Maybe if you don't have time to write your draft, if you recorded all your ideas into AI before you send it over to Sherry, absolutely. But for these people, caution people that are right now saying, write your book in 3 days and all that stuff. What are your thoughts on something like that through AI? No,
I,
no, no. That's a no.
no, I think if writing a book in through AI in 3 days, I think your book's it's gonna miss out on a lot. you know um there's, again, it doesn't know your thoughts, it doesn't know your emotions, it doesn't know your feelings. And so there's a lot that's going to be missed out. If you're going to write a book and you're going to take that time and put the money and time and investment in there, at least have your fingerprints on it. AI can do great things of, organizing your your words to make it sound professional again, but you're the human side that you have to insert that. And people like that human side, that they just always will. I always go back to Spider-Man. They love, Spider-Man, he's cool, but it's Peter Parker that they connect with because he's the human. He's the one with all the flaws and the faults and the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions. And so, it's the same with AI, that it's the human that they're going to connect with.
Anything that's too easy is really not easy. And to really
No, no,
yeah, caution
totally agree.
AI. So the Sherry, your recommendation when somebody has an idea to write a book, what should they do?
Well, I think that they need to really think through, if somebody called me and like, oh, I want to write a business book, my first thing would be like, what's your premise? What's your, what if? What do you want to write? What's your message? You got to get that down. You've got to get who your audience is, who are you writing this book for? Sometimes that's hard to define for people. People say, well, I'm writing for everyone. Well, okay, but there is going to be like a specific audience. So, get your premise, get your message, get your audience. And then once you determine that, it's like, what do you want to tell them? What is it? Because if you're speaking to one audience, your message is really going to be different than if you're speaking to another one. If you're speaking to children's audience, it's going to be different than if you're, sports. So make sure who your audience is, your message, your premise, and then start just kind of making notes. If it's a sports book, if it's a business book, maybe your topic should be organized. I mean, your book should be organized by topic. If it's a memoir, if it's an autobiography, it should be organized probably by date. If you're doing a novel, a novel is, a lot of times it's a journey. And so again, you'd probably want to look at timeline, but sometimes, there's a lot of rules that can be broken when somebody writes a book. And I tell them that, like, I know this is what people do, but it's your book. And we can break a few rules here in order to make it more customized to what you're trying to do. So I would start just writing down notes. I don't care. You may be sitting in a restaurant and you have a thought, write it on a napkin. Just start making notes of what you're wanting to say in your book, and then try to organize it. Get a coach, get a consultant, somebody who can work you through, or get a ghostwriter to do that, and then an editor. an editor can help you develop that information to make it a full book and engaging.
All right. Best place to go, storehousemediagroup.com. Appreciate Sherry. We'll talk soon. You're listening, watching the Neil Haley Show and special simulcast